about to do a push. So what you need to do is you need to sit back. We can have the hands here again. We're back to where we were previously. The hands are up here. They're heavy. Okay, so you sat back slightly into your rear foot. You're now going to move forwards, and as you do so, the elbow joints are opening, the bones in the palms are opening, yeah, and shoulders are widening, but you're not doing this, notice, and the knee as well, and the hips. So we've got to try and get all that into a movement. So as you do it, just pick one bit if I were you. Have a practice, say, the hips are difficult. The knee, it's going to be mainly your back knee, isn't it? Because you're moving off that. So you, instead of pushing off the back foot, you feel like the knee is releasing as well, and the bones of the foot are opening. Now, this will stop you pushing in the same way that you might have done before. If you feel an opening going on in everything, it's going to change the way that you move. So I'm not extending the arms very much. I am extending them, but it's not a lot. And by all means, change your feet whenever you like. You know, just put the other foot forward, give the other one a bit of practice, because it's a different knee, isn't it? So you're going to need to practice on both knees. We're doing the hands together, obviously, so that gets a little bit of the elbows both simultaneously get a bit of practice here. Good. So the next thing we have to do, I have this long list of things to add little bit by little bit. The next thing we need to do is we need to look at how you actually create this line of what's called jin or jing from the front to the back, or from the hand to the foot. So this concept is of mobilizing your qi in the body to create a result. So jing, you know, everyone's heard of qi, but not everybody's heard of jing or jin. And it's how you use, it's the mobilization of the energy, if you like. Yeah, we could explain it that way. So what you need to do is, when you're mobilizing your energy, you can't use tension because that blocks your plumbing system. Yeah. And we need the energy to flow through the plumbing system. We're talking about the mobilization of the water within the plumbing system here, if we're going to really push this analogy to its limits. So when we mobilize the water in the system, the jing, so what you do is you have to be very, very soft. You do exactly what we've been doing. Now, this is particularly difficult when you're pushing actually a physical object. You're pushing a person. It's very difficult, but it is very, very possible as well. It's just a case of practicing how you do it. So, or practicing it. So what we do is you need to have a feeling as you do it of the body really settling. So in other words, we're talking about song here. Now, when you do song, if you do too much song, you actually, you compress the energy in your body too much. So it's got to be just the right amount. And we're talking about generating energy in order to push something or someone. And so when you do the pushing here, so I'm going to talk what I'm doing. I'm going to demo it. You can do it with me, but I'm going to demo it very slowly. So I've sat into my back foot. Okay, I can feel somebody's against me now. I've got them, I'm holding them in place. It's like they're leaning forwards into me and I'm stopping them from falling, yeah? So I'm going to get back to there again. So I'm on my back foot. Okay. I'm holding them in position and I'm now working on relaxing. Okay, so now all the joints are relaxing as I start to move forwards. But what I also do is I feel the whole weight of my body. I hang all the muscles and I feel the entire weight of the body just moving forwards onto the front foot. So I've incorporated everything that we've just been doing in one movement. Yeah, that tiny movement from front to back. And as I say, it's one of those things that once you start doing it a few times and you get the knack of a little bit of it, you won't have to think about that bit so much, like the healthy, the flesh hanging off the bones. It'll just become, you'll naturally start to do it that way because that's how you do Tai Chi and Qigong. You'll put it into place immediately. And you'll sort of tick all these various little issues off, like, is my pelvis widening? Does it feel like my pelvis is widening? Because that really is just about relaxation. Sure, your pelvis might actually undo if you decompress the joints here. It might actually widen. I mean, it would be tiny. It would be tiny. But that's what we're aiming to do. So you start ticking off all the little boxes. So you sit onto your back foot. You're holding somebody in place. They're actually literally falling towards you and you're holding them there and you relax. And then you very gradually start to undo your feet, under the knees, under the hips, under the shoulders, and bones are hanging. Everything's really hanging off you. You're moving forwards and you're singing yourself at the same time into the floor. And then you sit back. There's the person pushing. You can now, once you've got the feeling of them there, you can ignore them. And heavy arms, heavy elbows, all that. You sung yourself as you move forwards and you push into this imaginary person. And you might find your hands really start to buzz. Mine certainly are at the moment. So that's it. That's all I'm doing on that for today. So that's about connecting from your back foot and connecting through to your hands. We're trying to produce energy through the body in a line.